everybody.
All right, how is everybody doing? Woo! All right, well, if you couldn't tell by my physique, I am a dad. Yes, I have 3 kids at home. They range in height from here to here. I've stopped keeping track of how old they are. It feels like it changes every year. I get asked a lot what it's like having 3 kids, and the way I describe it best is with 2 kids, you're trying to balance your marriage, your kids, and your job. So try to imagine juggling 4 balls all at once. And then somebody hands you a baby. You're going to drop some stuff, and hopefully it's not the baby. You know, if I'm being honest, I did drop my baby once. And I knew it was bad when I dropped him and he didn't make a noise. Yeah, that's not entirely true. He did make a noise. It kind of sounded like this. Yeah, that one was dark. Not as dark as this bruise. So I picked him up and I panicked because I had to wake him up. And I immediately went and got him vaccinated. I just wanted something else to blame in case he turned out autistic. So instead of daycare, I send my kids to Spanish Immersion Academy. I thought sending them to the academy would better prepare them for living with middle-class white privilege. So I don't speak Spanish, and a lot of my kids' teachers don't speak English, but they do take great care of my kids. So I'm always telling their teachers, mucho, 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 because I know it means a lot to them. So I went on a road trip with my kids the other day, just my kids and me, and they wanted to listen to Spanish kids songs in the car, because that's what they listen to at school. And I wanted to be the cool dad. I didn't want to listen to Spanish kids songs. But I heard them when they said they wanted to listen to Spanish music in the car. So I put on that Daddy Yankee. I pulled up Gasolina on my phone on YouTube. You guys know Gasolina? A couple of you do. And so I just put it on loop. We were listening to the same song in the car for hours. And after a couple of hours of listening to the same song, I'm in the front seat of the car like, El gusto gasolina. And my kids are in the back seat like, Dame más gasolina. To me, I'm like, Alicante gasolina. To you guys. You guys said you knew it. Anyways, after a couple of hours of this, it got a little boring, so I took it off a loop and I let YouTube roll over just to the next song and the next song. And so we're still rocking out. We're still having a good time listening to Spanish club music. And so I look down at my phone and I see a bunch of half-naked ladies dancing around. And I thought, ooh, this is probably not the best thing for young, impressionable kids to be listening to. And so I said to my kids, hey, do you know what they're saying? And my oldest kid goes, yeah, I think so. And I said, do you want to translate? And he said, yeah, I think they're playing hide and seek. Bunch of half-naked ladies dancing around. I said, why do you think they're playing hide and seek? And he said, well, he said he's going to take something and put it somewhere she's never looked before. And after that, we switched to El Baby Sharko. So last summer, I was visited by a rabid raccoon in my backyard. It was a Saturday morning, and this raccoon was just wandering around in a circle, stumbling around like a drunken Scrooge McDuck. So I called animal control, and I explained the situation, rabid raccoon. Animal control said, it's not rabid, it just has distemper. And I said, how do you know it doesn't have dat temper? And they said, well, our field crews don't work the weekend. Here's what you have to do. Take your garbage can, put it over the raccoon, put a rock on it, and we'll be out on Monday. And I said, great. So on Monday, you guys are going to come and nurse this raccoon back to health. And animal control said, oh no, distemper is fatal. But the good news is, it's going to be 100 degrees this weekend. So we'll be out on Monday to collect the carcass. This didn't feel humane to me, so I said, you know, can I just shoot it? And animal control said, it is illegal for you to discharge a firearm within city limits. I said, okay, but you know, what if I do? And they said, that is a matter between you and the police. So I called the police next. explained the situation, and the officer told me it is safer for me to approach an animal in distress and put a bucket over it than it is for me to stand a comfortable distance away and shoot it. I said, okay. So I wasn't going to be able to shoot it. I said, well, can you guys come shoot it? That was a hard no. I said, come on, you guys are the police. You love killing stuff. And the officer said, and that's why we can't do it anymore. So fast forward later that day, I'm at an event with where the police are working private security, and I walk up to one of the officers and I say, hey, here's the deal. I got this raccoon in my backyard. What can I do? And the officer goes, I got it. And he looks around like he's about to tell a racist joke, and he wants to see who's listening. And the officer goes, call back and say the raccoon has become aggressive. This will give you motive and probable cause for self-defense. And now you can shoot the raccoon. But before you shoot the raccoon, you need to shout, stop resisting! Hey, if you guys like that, I'm on all the social medias. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Tinder, Instagram. Some of you were laughing, but I promote the hell out of my shows. Ashley, if you came, sorry I'm happily married, but thanks for buying a ticket. My name is Chris Dedenne. Put your hands together for your host. Thank you very much, everyone.
Hey, one more time for Chris, everybody. Oh, there it is. All right, guys, are you ready for your feature act of the night? Okay, make a little more noise than that for the very funny Lindsay.